let's talk about the importance of what's going to be happening on June 20th. I want you to first talk about, though, 50 years ago, what happened? What was the significance of what happened there at Fort Chaffee 50 years ago?
Yeah, so 50 years ago, there was not a lot happening at Fort Chaffee. The Army was trying to decide if they were going to keep this base open or if they weren't. And then all of a sudden, the fall of Saigon happened, and we have a lot of displaced people, Vietnamese, Hmong, Cambodian, Lao, and they needed a home. And so America said, "Come on over, we've got you." And now we've got over 100,000 people that need a place to go. And Fort Chaffee, Arkansas was one of 5 places that the government picked to bring these refugees in. And then there's a process that you go through, a refugee goes through to become an American. And Fort Chaffee brought in over 50,000 people 50 years ago. So 50 is a huge landmark. This is a once in a lifetime thing. And we're getting all these people that just keep showing up at our museum that said, I was 11 years old when this happened, and now I'm retiring, and I'm an executive for NASA. I run a hospital in San Diego. All of these really successful, amazing stories, and it started right here in Fort Smith, Arkansas, at Fort Chaffee. So just we are providing an opportunity, and it's such an honor to be providing an opportunity for these people that were kids that were here to reconnect. One of my this whole thing started, we were closed for renovations all of 2024, and I got a knock on the door last June, and it was a Vietnamese family, and he's a doctor out of Florida, and he said, "I started here. My American journey started here, and I brought my college girls here, and I just wanted them to just see where it happened." And I brought him in, and I'm showing him all the artifacts, and we're talking, and we got another knock at the door. And this was 12 people that are some of my favorite people in the world now. And they came in, and it was the same story, and it was the same day. And they walk in, and the one guy looks at me and said, "Are you Vietnamese?" And he goes, "Yeah." He said, "Are you Vietnamese?" "Yeah." And he goes, "What's your social security number?" And his college girls are going, "What are you talking about, Dad? What are you doing?" And he says it. Da, 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 da. He goes, "What's your social security number?" Da, 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 da. And they were less than 400 numbers apart. So that means 49 years ago, one was 9 years old and one was 11, and they were processed and became American citizens, less than 400 people out of 50,000. And here they are 49 years later. So we said we have got to create an opportunity for more of these connections to happen. So that's what's happening on June 20th.
And you have some guests that are going to be coming in on June 20th. May not remember being there because they were born there.
Yes, Dat Nguyen. He's such a great guy. He was the first Vietnamese NFL player. He played for the Dallas Cowboys, and he heard about this event, and he's on board. He's so excited. His family's coming. He's bringing his mom, and they're going to celebrate. He was born here at Chaffee. His mom talks about being one of the boat people, and she came across, and she's 7 months pregnant. And Dat was born and started his journey here at Fort Chaffee.
It's there's probably no way to know how many families that came through there 50 years ago, set up shop, so to speak, in the Fort Smith area and are now multi-generational.
Yes. And we see this through the Vietnamese community here is so large. I mean, you can get some of the best Vietnamese food right here in Fort Smith, Arkansas, I think in anywhere in the world. But the community here it has such ties to this community. So this also is going to be we're going to be able to provide an opportunity for the community to come out and reconnect with people from not all over, Fort Smith, but really all over the nation. People are flying in for this, and they're going to be able to reconnect and make new connections. And hey, I remember playing soccer with you. I remember going to the rodeo with you. So
It's interesting too. You're going to have this huge event, and it is limited space, but at the same time, talk about this festival that you're going to have for, gosh, who knows how many people.
yeah. So we do have our ticketed event. We are only able to sell 300 tickets, and it is going to be a blast. We've got a Michelin star chef, Chef Trong. He has Vietnamese refugee ties with his family, and he's coming and cooking for the event. We've got some VIPs I can't talk about yet, but they're pretty amazing. They're going to be there. The event is going to sell out, but we are also having a community festival that same night down at Chaffee. We've got Ellis Street is going to be shut down, and we're going to have live music and lots of great food, and anybody is welcome. Bring your family if you have ties, or if you don't and you just want to be immersed in the culture and hear stories. The great thing that I'm learning is that the Vietnamese community is so welcoming, and they are so proud of their heritage, and they are excited to bring that to this festival. And then we're going to have a huge fireworks show at the end. We're hoping to really knock it out of the park. So just a lot of family fun, free things happening, and we do have the ticketed event as well.
You know, we could go on forever to talk about the importance of that time period at Fort Chaffee, but how important is it to spend this time 50 years later reliving or remembering what happened in that time span?
You know, I would even just think about just everything that's going on right now, and thinking about, you learn from your past and you learn from history, and what we as Americans did 50 years ago to support these folks, and just the ripple effects that it's had within our community, and just being able to provide an opportunity to celebrate that. These guys, we have a committee of 15 that meet, and I mean, they are the most patriotic. They love America, and they are so excited to be here and talk about their story and their just their heritage, and how they are proud American citizens. And they always say, we're going to party. It's going to be such a fun night. And then something that we didn't even plan, June 20th is also World Refugee Day. So it is a day that the world recognizes world refugees, and we're going to really recognize those Chaffee refugees right here.
All right. Is there a website that folks can go to find out more about this?
Yes, chaffeecrossing.com is one place you can go. You can also go to Chaffee Crossing Historic District.com. And that's where people can purchase tickets. If you would like to be involved or help with sponsorships, we're definitely looking for sponsors. And, you know, the more sponsorships we can get, the bigger we can have a bigger festival.
All right, Cassie, thank you so much. We'll see you on the 20th.
Thank you.